A Passage to India is a novel by E. M. Forster that was published in 1924. The novel is set in British-controlled India in the early 20th century and explores the relationships and tensions between the British and the Indian people. The novel follows the lives of several main characters, including Dr. Aziz. Dr. Aziz is an Indian doctor who works in the British-controlled hospital in the city of Chandrapore. He is a complex character who is torn between his loyalty to his country and his desire to be accepted by the British. Adela Quested. Adela is a young British woman who travels to India to visit her fiancé, Ronny Heaslop, who is the city magistrate in Chandrapore. Adela is a curious and independent woman who is interested in learning about Indian culture and society, but her interactions with the Indians often lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Ronny Heaslop. Ronny is the city magistrate in Chandrapore and the fiancé of Adela Quested. He is a rigid and inflexible man who is deeply prejudiced against the Indians and resistant to any attempts to understand their culture. Mrs. Moore. Mrs. Moore is a British woman who travels to India with Adela. She is a compassionate and open-minded woman who tries to bridge the gap between the British and the Indians, but her efforts are often thwarted by the prejudices and misunderstandings of those around her. Fielding. Fielding is a British professor who works at the university in Chandrapore. He is a kind and understanding man who tries to mediate between the British and the Indians and encourage mutual understanding and respect. The story centers around a visit to the fictional city of Chandrapore by Adela and Mrs. Moore, who are interested in learning about Indian culture and society. However, their interactions with the Indians are fraught with misunderstandings and conflicts, and their visit is ultimately marred by a confrontation between Dr. Aziz and Adela that ends in a trial. Through the experiences and relationships of the characters, A Passage to India explores themes of colonialism, cultural misunderstandings, and the search for connection and understanding across cultural divides. The novel is a complex and nuanced exploration of the complexities of human relationships and the ways in which they are shaped by social and cultural forces. Subscribe the channel for more videos.